So, good morning, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so my voice is clear. So, good morning, everybody. A very good morning to everybody. And my name is Kaustubh Kanti Mondal. I will take the digital signal processing in this semester of your electrical department. And I am a new one for you. I am not familiar with you, but we will be familiar when we will start our classes and all the things. And I think it will be very interesting for us to take this digital signal processing class because this is a advanced level of subject, so it's not a basic subject. Basic is a signal system subject. Have you ever studied in your syllabus signal and system? सिग्नल सिस्टम कोई पढ़ा हो सब्जेक्ट तुम्हारा पहले सब्जेक्ट में सिग्नल सिस्टम था? किसी सेमेस्टर में सिग्नल सिस्टम था? यही पूछ रहे हो आप लोग?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know, you are familiar with all the things, signals and systems and all the things. So it will be easy for you because this is the advanced topic of signal and system. The main part of this or the main difference between the signal system and this thing is nothing but we are discussing here about the digital systems, not any analog systems. In signal system, we are thinking that there are three types of signals, or we classified according to the characteristics of a signal. We divided into three types. One is called the analog signal, one is called the discrete time signal, another is called the digital signal. Actually, two types of signal. One is called analog signal, another is called digital signal. But in signal system, we discovered that whenever we are talking about signals or we are describing the signals into two types. One is continuous time signal, analog signal into two types. One is called continuous time signal, another is called discrete time signal. And another part that is the digital signal. So analog and digital are the two types of signals. In the analog part, we have described two types of signals. One is called and a continuous time signal, another is called discrete time signal according to the primary dependent variable, that is time, which is an independent variable. Actually, what is a signal? If I give the definition of the signal, I will write a signal is a physical component or physical component which depends on some independent parameters and which contains some information, that is called a signal. Actually, if I tell the signal, there must be 3 points of defining a signal. One, the signal must be containing some information, that's why it is called a signal. Next, the number 2, it is dependent on some independent parameters. We know the independent parameters is known as time. It can be sometimes dependent on some dependent parameters also. Like if I think of a space, then it is a dependent parameter. If I think of an image signal, then it is depending on some resolutions of color, RGB values. So that is also dependent parameter. So some parameters are independent and some parameters are dependent. The parameters which are dependent are like I told you, resolutions, like temperature, or like that things. And what are the independent parameters? The independent parameter is very much easy for us, and we know that independent parameter, and that is nothing but that is our time. Time is our independent parameter. So we are depending on some time, that is our independent parameter. So this independent and dependent parameter is very much important for us. And we know that a signal which carries some information, if the signal does not carry some information, then what is that signal known to us? That signal is known to us as a noise. So that is the difference between a noise and a signal. A signal which carries some information is a signal, but a signal which does not carry some information or that is not needed for us, that is called noise. Yes, anybody? कुछ बोलना चाहते हो कोई? अगर बोलना चाहते हो तो तुम बोल सकते हो। अभी तो पहले जो इंट्रोडक्शन क्लास हो रहा है हम लोग थोड़ा डिस्कशन करेंगे, इसीलिए अगर कोई क्वेरी है या अगर कुछ बोलना चाहते हो तो बोल सकते हो। तो जो इम्पोर्टेंट है कि सिग्नल दोनों ही है, पर जो सिग्नल में हमारा वांटेड इंफॉर्मेशन है जो हमको चाहिए उसे हम सिग्नल का तर्जुमा देते हैं, और जो सिग्नल में हम लोगों का जो चाहिए वही इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है तो उसे हम लोग नॉइज बोला जाता है। तो सिग्नल इज नॉइज इज आल्सो a signal but it contains some unwanted information which is not wanting for us, so that is called a noise. So that is the first thing about signal and system, and you have learned. I just give a recapitulation of that thing. And now we are going to tell about digital signal processing. So why we are opting for digital signal processing, that is very important. That means why we are talking about only digital signals and nothing else. It is very important for us. That is the introduction for us. Actually, digital signal processing is nothing but it is processing of signals by digital system. Like what are the digital system we know? The digital system we are knowing that first of all digital system that we know is a computer, is a PC. So PC is one of the digital system. So this PC is a digital system. So we know that digital signal processing is the processing of signals by digital system like personal computers, and the system designed using a digital integrated circuit, that is IC. What are the ICs? It can be a microprocessor, it can be a microcontroller, it can be DSP processor, etc. etc. So by using this DSP or a digital system, if we process a signal by digital system, then we call it as a digital signal processing. So let us share the screen and take the whiteboard so I can give you the experimental in written. So what I am telling that just a minute. So what I'm telling, digital signal processing. So in case of digital signal processing, it is the processing of the signals by digital system like personal computers, system designed using digital integrated circuits, microprocessor, non-real-time scientific and business applications. These are all digital systems. So what is the basic components of DSP? If I tell about the basic components of DSP, then it is nothing but that first of all, the DSP system involves, first of all, that we are belonging to an analog world. So due to we are belonging to an analog world, that's mean the system or the first signal that I got there is nothing but analog system. So first we have to change that analog signal to a digital signal. So how we will change an analog signal to a digital signal? To change an analog signal to a digital signal, we need a analog to digital converter. We need a analog to digital converter. So analog to digital converter is needed there. So after analog to digital converter, the signals transport into a digital signal. I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am sharing the screen. You can see here, first a signal is coming here. Let us example, this is the signal and the name of the signal is ST. Then I use an input filter here. Why we are using an input filter? Because if there is something with the signal, that means there is some problem with the signal, or there is some unwanted things with the signal, I use an input filter there. It is a plain filter, nothing filter is that. Filter means to pass the wanted thing and to sort out the unwanted thing. That's why it is a filter. So I give an input filter here, and then I use a ADC because it is an analog signal. So I start here with the ADC. And when ADC is done, then it is going to be a signal, digital signal, or we can tell discrete time signal. So then this discrete time signal is used in a digital processor, and after processing there, we get the desired output. So this is our desired output, YN. Then again, whenever we will using these things in our analog world, we have to convert it into analog signal because our world is analog and the signal we are using it is digital. So every time we have to convert this input signal to a digital signal, and every time we have to convert the output signal to a digital analog. That's why I use a DAC, digital to analog converter. And then again, if there is some unwanted thing, I use an output filter and I make the filter such that way that I can enhance the output value, and that enhanced value of output will go to the device that we need the device. So this is the basic what I tell, basic system DSP or basic components of a DSP system. So everybody please see this. This is the basic components of digital system. First, this is the input. Here it is the input. Next, it is the input filter. Then I use the ADC. Then I use the system, that is the digital processor. And after that, we use a DSC to convert it. And after that, an output filter. And the last, we get our output. We get our desired output. So here we get our desired output. So that is our system. This is the basic component of a digital system. So, but what is the important thing is that the real world signals are all analog signals. So whenever you are telling about the real world signal, the real world signals are all analog signals. And only for processing by digital system, the signals are converted to digital. For conversion of signals from analog to digital, we need an analog to digital converter. That is important. So do you know how we change from an analog signal to a digital signal? Do you know what are the steps? Anybody? What are the steps of changing a digital, what is the steps to analog to digital conversion? Anybody? What are the steps of analog to digital conversion? Nobody. Anybody? Nobody is answering. I don't know. So I think you don't know about this. So let us see. So this is the actually analog to digital converter. This is actually the analog to digital converter. You can see here. This is analog signal coming. Now what we say? This is a continuous in time and continuous in amplitude. So this is a continuous time in signal, which is coming as an analog signal. Then I use a sample circuit. That means I am sampling the circuit. So sampling means what? I am dividing the time into small samples. So I am sampling the circuit. So whenever the sample is done, that means here it is x of t. The signal is x of t. And whenever I do the sampling, what it becomes? Anybody, any? It becomes x of 1 because I divided the t. T is the total time period such a way that it is multiplied by n number of indices. And what is n? N is minus infinity to plus infinity, any values, integer values. So it is multiplied by n number of integers. So then I have sampled the signal. So t is now divided into n into t. And when the sampling is done, we get what? We get x of t. किसी को अगर समझने में तकलीफ हो रहा है तो मुझे बता सकता है, क्योंकि अगर नहीं बोलोगे तो हमको समझ नहीं पाएगा कि तुमको क्या समझ पा रहे हो या नहीं पा रहे हो. So it becomes x of n here. It becomes x of n here after the sampling is done. And now the signal is known as what? The signal is known as discrete time and continuous amplitude. Now the signal is known as discrete time and continuous amplitude. Next is what? Next I do it a whole circuit. And when they are holding circuit, their discrete time and continuous amplitude is also there, sample and hold. After that, we use a quantizer. That means what? A quantizer is what? A quantizer is nothing but a coding. That means I am here giving coding to these signals. I am here giving coding to these signals. That means 100, 001. Like this coding we will do, will give here in the quantizer. So the amplitude is now discrete. The amplitude will have now some value that is not continuous in nature. And there we will pass it to an encoder. Decoder, encoder, you know the digital circuit. So this is an encoder circuit. Encoder means it is giving, having the coding encode. That means I'm giving the code here. So after that, we will get a discrete time and amplitude is in binary form. And that is nothing but a digital signal. समझे या नहीं समझे? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because this is very important. How you will convert the signal from a digital, analog to digital. Because in the digital signal processing, you must have to know how we will change the signal from a digital to analog. Now, what is sampling? Now, what is sampling? Let us know what is sampling. Just a minute. So let us give you a graphical idea of this thing. So you can see here, this is an analog circuit. When you will see, this is an analog circuit. So this is our analog. Why it is analog? Because it is continuous in time as well continuous in amplitude. So it is an analog signal and it is a continuous time signal actually. Then I use the sample and hold circuit. So what is actual sample and hold circuit? Like this. I am discretizing the total sample and that means time is divided into small values of t and it is now nt, n is now it is there. So t has been suppressed to n here and sample index it becomes, and this all the values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So t is now discreted. Then I use the holding circuit and also use the coding, that is quantization circuit. And after the quantization circuit, I use the encoder. So if I give the encoder, I will get the values A0, A1, A2, A3. And like that, I get the amplitude values as 111, 00, 10, 010. So it is now transforming into a digital signal from an analog signal to a digital signal. It is transformed from an analog to a digital. Whenever I will do in the DSC, it will be the vice versa. We will take a digital signal and then we will use a decoder, and that decoder will give you the value, and that value will be used by another sample and hold circuit. It will convert into a this thing, and that discrete time signal is changed, and I give a sampling theorem there, and I made it a continuous time signal. I provide it by a low pass filters. Why I am using a low pass filter here? Because I am this high bandwidth will be now obsoleted. So I give a low pass filter here, only low bandwidth will be there. So if there is a presence of a high bandwidth or highest amplitude, that will be discriminated, and I get a. So this is the procedure of the. So actually, this is the procedure of an analog to digital converting and a digital to analog converting. So I think this is clear to you. And next we will go for the sampling, hold, and circuit. Sampling, hold, circuit. So if you see the sample hold circuit, I think in the electronic circuit you have learned about the sample and hold circuit, but what happens, the basic theory, what will be happening is this type. You can see here, first the signal is sampled. That means analog signal is being sampled according to the time. So I have sampled it into a small numbers of times. These are all small numbers. I can refer by delta of t. That means small of t. That means what I do it is, now the total time period is divided into n into t. Is multiplied by sampling index. And n is what? N can be equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. So that is the value of n. So this is the sampling time. So I have timed this now sampled. So now the signal will be looking like this. If I draw the peak of the values of the amplitude, we will get a continuous amplitude, but the time is discrete now. So this signal is now, it is called a DT signal. That means discrete time signal. So first an analog signal is taken, that is continuous time signal, that means continuous in amplitude, continuous in time. Then I make it to a discrete one, that is discrete time signal, discrete in amplitude and continuous in amplitude and discrete in time. Next we use a holding signal. So अगर तुम देखोगे कि एक सिग्नल जो है, वो सिग्नल में अगर मैं ऐसा सिग्नल यूज करूं जिसमें आप होल्डिंग कर सकते हो, मतलब सैंपल कर सकते हो, उसके बाद होल्डिंग कर सकते हो, और उसको अगर मैं एक कंटिन्यूअस टाइम सिग्नल में उसको पहुंचा दूं तो क्या हो? तो कुछ नहीं, तो जो प्रॉब्लम होगा वही हम लोग कर सकते हैं यहाँ पर। So that is called holding and sampling the signal. So यहाँ पर आप लोग देख सकते हैं कि कैसे मैंने होल्डिंग किया है. What I done with the holding signal. So that's is holding. So इसके बाद क्या होगा? अगर होल्डिंग कर दे तो इसका आउटपुट ऐसा ही आ जाए, वही है. तो ये क्या हुआ? ये वही एनालॉग सिग्नल बन गया पर उसका डिजिटल फॉर्म. So this is a digital signal. This is the analog signal. Now this is a digital signal. Okay, so I think now you have understand about this analog and digital. How to do this. Another thing, just 1 minute, I just want to tell you.
सर हेलो
बोलो.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था सर, वो सर डिजिटल तो सर नहीं ना हुआ सर, वो डिस्क्रीट हुआ ना सर, जो सिग्नल था लास्ट में जो थी.
लास्ट जो सिग्नल था वो है डिजिटल सिग्नल, पर उसका पहले जो सिग्नल था वो है डिस्क्रीट टाइम सिग्नल. क्योंकि डिजिटल सिग्नल होगा तो कौन, बोलो
सर डिजिटल में सर 0-1 सिर्फ रहता है सर.
तो ये क्या
सीक्वेंस
है?
0-1.
ये जो लास्ट वाला है, ये जो लास्ट वाला तुम्हारे पास है, इसका कोई तो एम्पलीट्यूड कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है. ये जो सिग्नल लास्ट में दिखा रहा हूं मैं, ये जो सिग्नल देखो, इसका कोई एम्पलीट्यूड नहीं है. तो इसका वैल्यू कितना है? अगर मैं एक टाइमिंग डायग्राम दिखूंगा तो टाइमिंग डायग्राम ऐसा होता है. तो ये भी तो एक टाइमिंग डायग्राम है. तो इसका वैल्यू 1 है, इसका वैल्यू 0 है, फिर इसका वैल्यू 1 है, इसका थोड़ा वैल्यू 1 है, इसका वैल्यू 0 है, इसका वैल्यू 0 है. तो ऐसा कंटिन्यूअस कर रहा है. यहाँ पर 3 0 है शायद, यहाँ पर 1 है, यहाँ पर फिर से 0 है, यहाँ पर फिर से 0 है. तो ऐसा ही
तो सर
सिग्नल
1 का लेवल तो फिक्स रहेगा ना सर?
नहीं, ये 1 का वैल्यू तुम्हारा जो फिक्स लेवल है वो तो तुम डिजिटल सिग्नल में देख सकते हो कि उसका वैल्यू फिक्स्ड है. पर अगर मैं ग्राफिकली देखूंगा एक डिजिटल सिग्नल में तो एम्पलीट्यूड चेंज हो सकता है. इसीलिए तो स्ट्रॉन्ग 1 वीक 1, स्ट्रॉन्ग 0 वीक 0 का कॉन्सेप्ट है. तुम लोग जानते हो स्ट्रॉन्ग 1 वीक 1, स्ट्रॉन्ग 0 वीक 0 का
No,
कॉन्सेप्ट. तो यहाँ पर स्ट्रॉन्ग 1 वीक 1 के वाला बात हो रहा है और कुछ नहीं. हम लोग जब भी कोई डिजिटल सिग्नल देखेंगे तो अगर उसको पीक देखेंगे, उसका अपर पीक देखेंगे तो उसको 1 कंसीडर कर सकते हैं, और लोअर पीक देखेंगे तो उसको लो वैल्यू कंसीडर कर सकते हैं. इस सिग्नल को अगर मैं एनकोडर से पास करूंगा, इस सिग्नल को मैं अगर एनकोडर से पास करूंगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो तो कोड में जनरेट हो जाएगा एम्पलीट्यूड. ये तुम ग्राफिकली देख रहे हो और तुमको समझाने के लिए मैं ऐसा कर रहा हूँ. पर एक्चुअली जब तुम एक डिजिटल सिस्टम से जाओगे, जैसे कि पीसी एक डिजिटल सिस्टम है, तो वहां पर तो तुम ग्राफ नहीं देख पाओगे. अगर तुम्हारे पास डिजिटल स्टोरेज ऑसिलोस्कोप होगा या कुछ डिजिटल ऑसिलोस्कोप होगा तब तुम देख पाओगे कि डिजिटल सिग्नल का ग्राफ कैसे होता है. पर एक्चुअली जब तुम फिजिकली देखोगे तो तुम एक डिजिटल अगर सिस्टम यूज करते हैं, जैसे कि माइक्रोप्रोसेसर, माइक्रो कंट्रोलर यूज करते हो या डीएसपी प्रोसेसर यूज करोगे, तो तुम तो कहीं पर भी देख नहीं पाओगे कि तुम्हारा सिग्नल कैसा है. तुमको एक आउटपुट आएगा, वो भी एक बाइनरी आउटपुट जिसका वैल्यू 1001 ऐसे करके आएगा. तो तुम तो ग्राफ नहीं देख पाओगे. तो मैं तुम लोगों को प्रोसेस दिखाने के लिए ये ड्राइंग दिखा है. इसको इतना मतलब स्पेसिफिक मत समझो, क्योंकि ये इस सिग्नल से इस सिग्नल होगा यही कोई गारंटी नहीं है, चेंज भी हो सकता है. तो मेरा बात है कि मैं पीक को ले रहा हूं. देखो यहाँ पर जो पीक है इसी हिसाब से मैंने 1 किया, यहाँ पर जो पीक है इसी हिसाब से मैंने 0 किया, यहाँ पर पीक हुआ तो 1 किया, यहाँ पर उससे ज्यादा पीक हुआ उसको 1 किया, फिर यहाँ पर कोई पीक नहीं हो रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है, इसलिए 0 किया, और फिर पिक किया इसलिए 1, और फिर ऐसा ही किया. तो ऐसा ही जो सिग्नल है उसी हिसाब से मैंने किया था सैंपल और सर्किट से, तुम लोगों को समझाने के लिए. पर ये एकदम एक्यूरेट नहीं है, इसमें तो गलती है. पर अगर तुम एनकोडर यूज करोगे, जो डिजिटल सिग्नल जो आएगा एक एनकोडर की तरफ से आएगा, क्योंकि एनालॉग टू डिजिटल कन्वर्टर में हमेशा एक एनकोडर रहता है लास्ट में. तो जो एनकोडर रहेगा उसमें तो तुम सिर्फ वैल्यू पाओगे. जैसे कि यहाँ पर मैंने वैल्यू पाया 1011 0001 0000. So ऐसा ही वैल्यू पाओगे और कुछ नहीं। ठीक है।
Yes.
So up to this, because just a 1 minute is left, so I am not telling today new things because there is not much time left. So if anybody has any questions or any inquiry, you can tell me. I can give you the answer. I will create a TechMint classroom after this, after the Puja vacation. And please join the TechMint classroom. And there I will give the notes, the suggestions, the doubt clearing classes. So I will give you the link of my TechMint classes. And if you want a Google Classroom also, I can give you the Google Classroom. So we will take the